applicants asked from the rights of the tribal groups, right? So that is mentioned here. So question number 18. So answer should be here. You can see the scheme is implemented by the Ministry of Skill Development. So whether the statement is correct or wrong? Yes, Gitanjali, did you check it out? Whether you attempted this question?
No, sir, I skipped this question because I don't know about the PVHTG. But I don't think the scheme is implemented by. I don't think that the scheme is implemented by Ministry of Skill Development.
So you thought it in exam or you thought it later? What was your first thought in when you attempted?
I have not attempted it. I just thought that this should be wrong.
Why you thought it should be wrong?
So there must be I thought the scheme must be implemented by some ministry related to the tribal groups.
Yeah. So we have seen that whenever UPSC is asking such, whenever they are giving statements such like the scheme is implemented by this ministry, most of the time the statement is wrong. That we have seen in the environment. But yes, you are right, Gitanjali. Your guess was good. The scheme is implemented by Ministry of Skill Development. It is wrong. Actually, it is implemented by anyone knows. The PVTG is implemented by which ministry?
So Tribal Affairs.
Yes. So this statement is wrong. First statement is wrong. So you should have attempted this question, Gitanjali. Yeah, तुम्हें attempt करना चाहिए तो ये question नहीं attempt करना.
Yes, sir, but I was not sure about that committee.
नहीं, this see ये जो आपको लग रहा है ना, that is what is expected कि you have concluded that it must be implemented by some other minister because by going to the previous trends, right? Previous trends of how the UPSC is framing the question. So what about the second statement?
Yes.
Development of the PVTGs are undertaken.
Should be right.
Yeah. So true only is the correct. Even if you don't know, you should attempt such type of questions. Like because second statement is more positive. Then because the development of the particularly vulnerable tribal goods sectors are education, health, livelihood, skill development, agriculture development. You have to obviously government karega. So here there is very less chance of what you can say the statement being wrong in the second statement, right? So first, यहाँ पर there are chances whether it is implemented by Ministry of Skill Development or whether it is implemented by the tribal. So most of the times, what will happen in exam? Student might think if they are giving a livelihood, skill development, then it must have implemented by the skill development. So they get in trap. Like if you think too much, but actually the answer is two only. Got it? How the question is framed and what should be the answer of this question?
The first option, it's a scheme implemented. It's not a scheme. It's only a list, no?
No, it is actually the what you can say the list made by the PVTGs, and also they have a scheme of what you can say skilling those what you can say the PVTGs, that is particularly vulnerable tribal groups.
Okay.
Okay. You have attempted this question, Manish?
Yes.
So you got it correct or wrong?
I got it correct.
Got it correct. Okay, chaliye. Question number 19. Was there any questions related to PVTGs in previous year exam? There was a question.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
There was a question.
That also factual one. Exact 75 में ये पूछ लिया था.
हाँ, कितने हैं वो पूछा था ना कि they have mentioned that 95 tribals have been identified as the PVTGs till now. But answer is wrong. Sorry, the statement was wrong at that time. It was not 95, it was 75. Am I right? Chicken.
Yes,
19. The 42nd amendment froze any delimitation of constituencies for election to Lok Sabha and state legislative assemblies until after the 2001 census of India. So 42nd amendment मैंने बताया था कि what is the logic in 42nd amendment? We have seen that majority of the 42nd amendment were anti-democratic. So first statement is correct. Second statement, the 42nd amendment granted power to president in consultation with election commission to disqualify the members of the state legislature. So what do you think? This should be also there or not? So I guess both the statements are correct. You just check it out. I guess both the statements were correct.
No, how can I don't think second statement is correct.
Just check it out.
Because they are saying the president.
They are saying that if the power has been given to the president in consultation with the election commission to disqualify members of state legislature. It is again it is against the values of the constitution. But we know that majority of the amendment which were done in the 42nd, majority of the provisions which are added, they were against the basic values of the constitution of India. So in that sense, I feel the second statement should be also correct. But you have to go and check it out. Just go today only and check it out whether the statement is correct or not. go through
Sir,
the 46.
aren't you having the answer key of this? Because I think this statement needs to be rechecked.
We'll check. We'll check it out. That's what I'm saying. I think as per the logic, I think this statement should be correct, because whatever is done in the 42nd constitutional amendment was anti-democratic. Yasmin, can you please mute yourself? Can you all see the screen? Is it visible to all of you? 42nd amendment of the constitution. Hello, Piyush, can you see
Yes,
it?
sir.
Yes, sir. Visible.
Visible.
Yes, sir.
Changes. 42nd amendment throws any delimitation of the constitution for elections to the Lok Sabha. Here you can see and state legislative assemblies until after the 2001 census. And okay. The 42nd. Can you see this? The 42nd amendment granted power to president in consultation with election commission to disqualify members of the state legislatures. Got it, Piyush? Yes, you are right. It shouldn't.
Yes, sir.
Ideally,
Yes, sir.
ideally, it should not be there. But because since 42nd amendment was more what you can say, it has been passed during the emergency situation, so many provisions of the 42nd constitutional amendment were what you can say anti-democratic. That's what even like Bagisha said in the last class when discussing the previous year questions. We have seen there were few statements, and again she said the logic should be key. Whatever the anti-democratic, if something is anti-democratic, then we should think that it should be the 42nd. And whatever the anti-democratic amendments were made by the 42nd amendment, it was restored back by the 42nd constitutional amendment. Sorry, 44th. Fine.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
चलिए. So 52nd constitutional amendment. See, Piyush, what happened? What you need to see here, कि where you are getting statement में कहाँ आप गलत हो रहे हो, where you are trying to, we can say overthinking कहाँ हो रही है, that you need to understand. Sometimes that is what happen कि पॉलिटी के साथ में ये एक सबसे बड़ी दिक्कत होती है एग्जाम में कि you overthink and sometimes you get it wrong, although your preparation is very good. Fine. चलिए. 52nd constitutional amendment was introduced in the Constitution of India during the Prime Ministership. I have asked this question because there have been such questions have been in the past. So I think if you know, then only you should attempt such questions. If you don't know, you should skip this question, right? So anyone knows 52nd constitutional amendment was introduced in the Constitution of India during this Prime Ministership of whose Prime Ministership?
Sir, D, sir.
Yeah, it is Rajiv Gandhi, right? How many of you got it wrong in this question? Anyone who got it wrong?
सर मेरा रॉन्ग हुआ.
Wrong हुआ है. हाँ, तो जवाहरलाल नेहरू आपने मार्क किया था. तो ये जब तक आपको 100% नहीं पता होता तब तक ऐसे अटेम्प्ट नहीं करना है. Anyone who skipped this question? How many of you skipped
Yes,
this
sir.
question? Skip किया था. ठीक है. What about you, Piyush?
Sir, I was knowing this. It's Rajiv Gandhi.
ठीक है. चलिए. If you're
As
knowing
per the
this, you
chronology
should
also, because of I do remember the years of the amendment, so it's become easy to eliminate.
Fine, no problem. अगर अटेम्प्ट करके सही हो जाता है या बगैर अटेम्प्ट करके अगर आप छोड़ देते हो दैट इज बेटर. बट इन सच टाइप ऑफ क्वेश्चंस अटेम्प्ट करके अगर गलत हो जाता है तो फिर इट इज बैड. यू शुडंट, what you can say, it's better to skip questions rather than attempting and getting it wrong in such type of questions, right? Because it's too factual, you need to know about it. या फिर अगर कोई लॉजिक लग रहा है, जैसे as Piyush is saying, if you know 52nd constitutional amendment was passed in which year, and if you know in that particular year which prime minister was there, that is actually expected to link you, because 52nd कब हुआ था, अगर year आपको पता है और उस year में who was the prime minister अगर आपको पता है, तो you can mark it even if you don't know. That can use the logic, but wild guess नहीं कर सकते. ठीक है?
Sir, the next question has the year of 52nd amendment.
Yes, 1985. You are right. So who was the prime minister of India during the 1985?
Rajiv Gandhi.
Rajiv Gandhi. So did you mark D, Gitanjali?
Sir, I have seen the question afterwards, so I already marked the Jawaharlal Nehru.
Jawaharlal Nehru.
Because we have discussed the same question about the another amendment, and the answer was Jawaharlal Nehru.
So you marked it as Jawaharlal Nehru. नहीं, ऐसे नहीं है.
Yes.
हाँ तो ऐसे नहीं है कि बाकी का अगर जवाहरलाल नेहरू तो सारा जवाहरलाल नेहरू होगा, ऐसे नहीं. In factual
No,
questions,
no.
it should not be there. Fine. Chal.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So constitutional amendment does not specify time period for the presiding officer to decide on a disqualification plea. Why I have included this question? Because we see that there question that there is a controversy going on related to the anti-defection law in the country in last 1 and 2 years. So first statement is, and who is the presiding officer to decide about the disqualification of the plea of the, like in case of the anti-defection. Sorry,
Speaker
defection.
in case of
Speaker.
Lok Sabha.
So is there any time period specified in the 52nd amendment? No, this statement is wrong.
No.
Sorry, this statement is correct actually. Courts can intervene only after the presiding officer has decided on the matter. This is also correct, because we have seen
Correct.
recently there was a news in the newspaper about the Rajasthan. The term defection is well defined in the Constitution of India. No, this is also not well defined. So answer should be 1 and 2 only. Got it? Anyone got it wrong in this question? Okay, how many of you have attempted and got it correct?
I got it correct, sir.
Okay, anyone who got
Anti-defection. So anti-defection law is well defined in the Constitution.
So the term defection is well defined in the Constitution of India. Is it correct or wrong?
I think it will correct, sir, because anti-defection law it goes under 10th schedule.
Huh? So is the defection mentioned mentioned in the Constitution of India? What is called as
Yes, sir.
well defined defection?
सर लॉ बनाया हुआ है ना उसने, कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन में तो कहा नहीं है ऐसे mention.
हाँ, so that is what I am saying. Constitution of India पूछ रहा है वो. So see, third statement should be wrong. So 1 and 2 is the correct. Whenever you know that whenever such type of terms in like the term defection or the term office of profit is well defined in the Constitution of India, that is wrong.
Okay.
समझ में आ गया? ठीक है. Next question. Consider the following statements regarding the Citizenship Act. I have included because citizenship was in the news. So the act has amended 5 times so far. So the statement is correct or wrong, that is asked here. The Citizenship Amendment Act of 2005 provides for dual citizenship to PIO 16 countries. Now why I have included this question? Because we've seen that in last year, that is in 2019, there were such questions have been included, and which have been, what you can say, true factuals about the laws, right? So if you know, you should attempt it. If you don't know, you shouldn't, what you can say, the attempt such questions. So anyone who got it like who attempted and got it wrong in this question, both the statement is correct in here in this question number 22. Okay, you
Sir,
have to,
hasn't
so
it
what is
been
what is expected that you need to read the Citizenship Act in detail. I don't know how the question can be framed in the exam, but question will be framed related to the Citizenship Law, Citizenship Act in India. Yes, Zainab, you're saying something.
Sir, hasn't the act been amended 6 times? Sir, I read it somewhere.
Yes, sir,
it is
6 बार तो
amended.
लक्ष्मीकांत में दे रखा है, उसके बाद पिछले साल का और हो गया एक बार, और एक बार और हुआ था 2013-14
इधर वो
में.
नॉर्थ में.
Sorry. Okay, लक्ष्मीकांत में 6 बार दे चुके हैं.
हाँ, उन्होंने ईयर दिए हुए हैं, प्लस सर लास्ट ईयर का ले लीजिए आप, और एक बार और हुआ था 13-14 में शायद, तो मेरे हिसाब से 5 से तो ज्यादा ही हो गया.
I will check it. I will check it out whether it is 5 times, because as far I know कि जो Citizenship Act जो है वो सिर्फ 5 बार हुआ है, but I'll check it out once again, because अभी last बार जो हुआ था, it has been given a final assent or it has been converted into act or not, that I need to check it out. ठीक है, चलिए. Which schedule?
Dual citizenship is correct. Provides for dual citizenship. PIO.
The Citizenship Amendment Act, yes, it is correct. It has been given to 16 countries. Yeah, dual citizenship for some 16 countries.
Dual citizenship is by definition not allowed, no, in our constitution.
But this amendment, Citizenship Amendment Act of 2005, has made that particular provisions. In only 16 countries, dual citizenship is provided. You go and check it out. See, that is what I'm saying, Pankaj. What is happening here? What you think you have read somewhere that dual citizenship is not allowed in India, right? But again, by that logic, you have, what you can say, you marked it as a wrong. But as per the Act of 2005, specific
Asking, like, what is the,
sorry,
like I just want to know the answer. Like I left this question, but I want to know the answer.
The second statement is correct. Answer should be both 1 and 2, but if it is not 5 times, then it should be 2 only. I just take it out. Okay. Which schedule of the constitution is related to the allocation of seats in the Rajya Sabha to the seats and the union territories? As anyone knows which schedule, it is again factual question, and I have included
Fourth
because
schedule.
questions have been asked related to the schedule. So answer
Fourth
should be
schedule.
fourth schedule. Yes, A. 24. Which of the following feature of the Constitution of India? Which of the following features of the Constitution of India have been borrowed from the Government of India Act 1935? Office of Governor, concurrent list, emergency provisions, rule of law. Yes. Which of the provisions have been taken from the Government of India Act 1935? Office of Governor, yes, it is there. 1. Concurrent list.
1, 3,
yes.
4.
Emergency provisions 1, 2, 3.
Sir, I have a doubt. In 1935 Act, the subjects were divided only in 2 lists, no?
So there was
State
no
list and
concurrent list.
so yes, sir. So I know the concurrent list in Arihant. It is given that the concurrent list is borrowed from 1935, but in the constitutional sources, the concurrent list borrowed from the Australian
Australian.
Constitution.
But I think
Yes, sir. In
answer.
Lakshmikant also it is given concurrent is borrowed from Australian.
Okay. But what I'm saying, was there any provisions related to the concurrent list in Government of India Act 1935?
Sir, in Lakshmikant and in Arihant also, it is given that the concurrent list was there included in the 1935 Act.
So it is there. Then we have adopted it from the, because maybe possibility when the Government of India Act 1935 was being, what you can say, made, at that time you must have borrowed it from the Australia, probably. So answer should be here, all of the above.
Sir, but in sources of constitutional borrowing, it was given under the Australian Constitution.
Which book?
Lakshmikant only.
But I think all of the above should be the answer of this question, because anyways, if if you want to eliminate 2, so what should be the answer then? 1, 3, and 4.
Sir, I'm not sure about the rule of law.
Rule of law. Then there is no option of 1 and 3 also.
No,
Sir?
I have marked it C only, but I have a doubt. So
About the rule of
I'm
rule of the
asking
law.
you about the concurrent list.
So when we are talking about the sources which are given, I think there is a doubt. I think the question which is asking, there is a mention of these terms in Government of India Act 1935 also, which someone is specifying that she have read in some book. Because as far as DPSPs are concerned, we said that we have borrowed it from the Irish Constitution, but many a times it is also said we have borrowed it from the Government of India Act 1935 as well.
Majority of the part, majority of the part of the
that's why.
constitution.
So yeah, we use the terms in different ways, but as far as this question is concerned, I think there was a mention in
Yes.
1935 Act.
Yes, you are right. So answer
Sir,
should
but
be
in
1.
history also, when we were studying, the subjects were only divided into 2 lists. No,
Which 2 lists?
the provincial list and the state. Hello.
No, concurrent list is also there. Concurrent list is also there. In the
Was there
Government
under reserved subjects? Concurrent list was there, and whatever residual powers was there, it was
Yes,
vested
the
to the
residual
government.
powers were given to the Governor General.
Governor.
That
Like
question
that
has
I read.
that question has been asked in 2018 prelims exam, that as per the Government of India Act 1935.
I don't think it was concurrent list, it was federal list mentioned. Federal
Yes,
list
sir.
was
I know about the federal list and provincial list
from
only.
that
I
can
have
take
no idea about.
correct.
I will check it out.
So it's-
I think, but
right.
as per the options which I have given, answer should be 1, 2, 3. Okay. 25. Which
Okay,
of the following provisions makes the Indian Constitution rigid? The constitutional amendment bill shall be simple majority, not by simple majority. Yes, this is also needs to make the Indian Constitution rigid. Some of the constitutional amendment bill shall not have to be ratified by yes. Constitutional amendment cannot be violate basics. Yes. So answer should be all 1, 2, 3. Question number 26. Consider the following statements regarding the national emergency. Proclamation of national emergency may be applicable to the entire country or only a part of it. The president can pass a resolution in Lok Sabha. Okay. This statement was not complete here. Actually, the president can, what you can say, declare emergency by passing a resolution in Lok Sabha. Should be this statement. So second statement is wrong. Actually, there is no need of, what you can say, passing the resolution in Lok Sabha while declaring it. Approval should be taken by the Lok Sabha afterwards, but not when declaring it. So proclamation of national emergency may be applicable to the entire country or only part of it. Yes. So first statement is correct. Second statement is wrong. Fine. So we'll do one thing now. I will, what you can say, give you the answers of the remaining questions. Today I will send you the answer key. You just go through the answers of all the questions, and tomorrow morning I will give you the economics. Like all of you want economics revision plan, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So tomorrow I will give you the list of the topics which you need to revise for the economics, and I will also we will also decide about the target, like since so what time we should finish the economics, and probably once you finish with all the particular topics which I will give to you, we will have a
Sir,
test on economics. And
sir, actually,
yes.
hello, sir. Sir,
Yes.
actually in economy, there will be lots of dynamics concepts will be there, sir.
So that's what we'll do. Like we'll divide our revision plan within two, what you can say, the phases. One with the static subjects. Like I will give you the list of the static points, static topics which you need to do. And in dynamics, I will give you the list of the current issues. I will give you the name of the topics which you need to do from the current economics. I will give you the recent terms which were there in the news. So on which I am expecting questions on those topics, those terms, right? So I will give it to you. I will also explain this to you if you do not understand. You have to do it by yourself. If you do not, what you can understand it, I am there to explain this. Right? In the doubt clearing session, every day morning I will be discussing with you, right?
Yes, sir.
So, or otherwise we will do one thing, that static part you do it by yourself. Every day, like in this week, every day we will do a discussion of the current terms which are there in the news. Fine, is it okay?
Okay.
Shall we go in this way? Like every day morning, I will take the current topics for 1 hour, and the static part wala jo hai, that you can do it by yourself. Fine.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so tomorrow morning, I will share the answer keys. If you have any doubts about these polity questions, remaining questions, you can ask me that question. And tomorrow we will also have a revision plan for the coming week for the economics. And then from day after tomorrow, we will start the current economic terms, discussion of the current economic terms. I have made a list of the current economic terms which can be asked in this coming exam. So we will discuss it by one. I have around like 50 terms which were there in the news in the last 1 year. So I will discuss it related to banking sector, related to fiscal policy, related to what you can say the economic growth and international organizations. There are certain terms related to what you can say the financial management, which were there in the news in the last few years, last what you can say 2 years. So that I will discuss it. Fine.
Okay, sir.
Check it. Any doubts?
Sir, can you discuss the last question? 30 seconds.
2 seconds. Speaker of the Lok Sabha is the head of the Lok Sabha and its representative. He is the guardian of the powers and privileges of the members of the House as a whole, and he resigns by writing to President. Third statement is wrong. First and second statement is correct.
So there is no option.
Okay, 1 and 3 instead of 1 and 3, it should happen 1 and 2. Okay, fine. Check it.
Yes,
so
sir.
the question here there is a typing mistake. So it should be 1 and 2. Fine. So
Yes, sir.
yeah, I'll correct it. So you have marked this answer.
Incorrect पूछा है ना?
Sir, incorrect है.
Okay, incorrect. Gitanjali,
ये only
incorrect.
दिया तो है.
Which one is the incorrect? So answer should be
Third
3
one.
only. Yeah. Sorry. I didn't see.
Sir, which should be incorrect? Which is incorrect?
Last one. He resigns by writing to President is incorrect. Actually, Speaker resigns by writing to Deputy Speaker and not to President.
Okay, sir.
So please see question number 35. I didn't find any answer in the options.
35. Which one of the following is correct description of Indian federal system? Okay. Dual citizenship is correct question. Dual citizen is wrong. States have equal representation in the Council of State. It is wrong. Person belonging to the All India services can be dismissed or removed by the states. Okay. Unlike the USA, there is no dual system of courts. So this is also There is no dual system, of course. Yes, it is 4. So 4. Okay, there is no option of 4, right? 1, 2, and 3. Answer should be 3 and 4, which is not here. But the options were wrong here. Exactly. Check. Anything else?
सर डिसमिस हो सकते हैं स्टेट से?
हाँ, the state government can dismiss all India services can be dismissed or removed by the state.